Good day, everyone. I am Ivy Jane B. Cabayaw, the presenter for today, and I will be talking about designing planning. I will be focused on answering these questions. First, what is leadership? Second, what are the leadership styles and theories? Third, what is a leadership development plan? And fourth, how to design and create your leadership development plan. Before we begin our discussion on designing planning, let us define leadership. Leadership is influence. The ability to influence people has been defined as leadership. An effective leader elicits followers' passion and belief in the vision and goals stated by the leader rather than coercing them into action. When power is abused, it can have catastrophic results. What is leadership? Leadership is a process of influencing people and providing an environment for them to achieve team or organizational objectives. Leadership is characterized by vision, followership, and influence. Now, let us answer this question. Who is a leader? A leader is a person who has a vision, a drive, and a commitment to achieve that vision and the skills to make it happen. Here are some quotations about leadership. According to Dwight D. Eisenhower, leadership is the art of getting someone else to do something you want done because he wants to do it. John Maxwell stated that a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. And lastly, John F. Kennedy said that leadership and learning are indispensable to one another. Let us begin with the distinction between leaders and managers. Leaders innovate, develop, inspire, think long-term view, ask what and why, originate, challenge the status quo, and do right things. While managers administer, maintain, control, think short-term view, ask how and when, initiate, accept the status quo, and do things right. Leadership and management have distinct perspectives on the various categories. The role of visionary or strategic thinker is for leadership, whereas the function of enterprise builder or productivity expert is for management. Leadership's focus is to define purpose or set direction, whereas the management's focus is to nurture organizational structure or establish system and processes. The approach for creating a mission statement is for leadership, whereas delivering on the mission statement is for management. Leadership's methodology is to evaluate strengths, needs, and marketplace, whereas the management's methodology is to organize teams, plan budgets, set timelines, and maintain quality. The style or tone of leadership is to inspire people or foster commitment, whereas the tone of management aims to develop talent or solve problems. The outcome of leadership is to reach long-range goals and objectives, while management's outcome is to manage projects effectively and efficiently. Are you a good leader? Here are some qualities of a good leader. First, shared vision. Second, lead change. Third, inspire people. Fourth, honest. Fifth, set example. Sixth, empower people. 7, forward-looking. And 8, competent. Let us now go through the leadership styles. We have many leadership styles based on authority, but today we will focus on these 3 leadership styles: the autocratic, laissez-faire, and democratic. Under the autocratic leadership style, All decision-making powers are centralized in the leader. They do not entertain any suggestions or initiatives from subordinates. It permits quick decision-making as only one person decides for the whole group and keeps each decision to himself until he feels it is needed to be shared with the rest of the group. And lastly, high degree of dependency on the leader. Adolf Hitler is such an example. Hitler was an autocratic leader because no one had a voice in what happened, and they were not allowed to speak out against his rule for fear of being killed. Let us examine the benefits and drawbacks of autocratic leadership. Advantages: provides for quick decision making. Subordinates like to work under centralized authority. Confidential matters can be kept secretly, and less competent subordinates are required. Disadvantages: subordinates are not informed about why they are asked to do a particular work. Subordinates are forced to follow directions. Depends entirely upon the efficiency of the leader. Creative ideas are not utilized. And organizational continuity is threatened. Let us now go on the second leadership style, laissez-faire, which is a German term that means let it go. Laissez-faire, also known as delegate leadership, is a type of leadership style in which leaders are hands-off and allows group members to make decisions. Laissez-faire leaders allows followers to have complete freedom to make decisions concerning the completion of their work. It allows followers a high degree of autonomy and self-rule, while at the same time offering guidance and support when requested. Mahatma Gandhi is a prime example. Gandhi was a laissez-faire leader because he supported nonviolent protests and did not guide the group. Instead, they all joined together to work toward a shared objectives. Let us look at the advantages and disadvantages of laissez-faire leadership. Advantages: team members have the skills to succeed. Group members are experts. And independence is valued. Disadvantages: lack of role awareness, poor involvement with the group, low accountability, and passivity and avoidance. We are currently in the democratic leadership style, which is our third. The democratic leadership style is the one that provides subordinates with the opportunity to collaborate with the decision-making process. Creativity is encouraged and rewarded. Although the democratic leader maintains the final decision-making responsibility, it is common for them to delegate authority to the other people, who determine work projects. Ideas move freely amongst the members of the group and are discussed in an open forum. Everyone is given a seat at the table, and the discussions are free-flowing in the democratic leadership styles. Barack Obama is a great example. Obama is a democratic leader because the elected members of the government have a voice just as much as he does. Let us examine the advantages and disadvantages of democratic leadership. Advantages: it fits almost every business. It often has solutions for complex problems. It promotes a creative environment and it builds strong teams. Disadvantages: it tends to become apologetic. It is time-consuming. It takes a long process decision. And it can seem to be uncertain. Leadership theories explain how and why some individuals become leaders. They concentrate on the characteristics and actions that people may acquire to improve their leadership qualities. Let us take a deeper look at the various leadership theories. Trait theory of leadership. There are three types of personality traits: abilities, Personal traits and motivators. The abilities include supervising ability, intelligence, and initiative. Personal traits include self-assurance, decisiveness, masculinity or femininity, maturity, and working class affinity. Among the motivators include the need for occupational achievement with self-actualization, power over others, high financial rewards, and job security. What makes a leader? Here are the stages to become a leader. The first one is development, followed by maturity and charisma. Next is the analytical ability and contextualized decisions. The fifth characteristic is honesty and integrity, which is followed by self-confidence, a desire to lead, and a drive to succeed. That is how a born leader is created. We now have the traits and skills. Traits: adaptable to situations, alert to social environment, ambitious, achievement-oriented, assertive, cooperative, decisive, dependable, dominant for power motivation, energetic for high activity level, persistent, self-confident, tolerate of stress, and willing to assume responsibility. Skills: clever for intelligent, conceptually skilled, creative, diplomatic and tactful, fluent in speaking, knowledgeable about the work, organized for administrative ability, persuasive, and socially skilled. Behavioral theory of leadership. Theories proposing that specific behaviors differentiate leaders from non-leaders. So according to the behavioral view, leadership behaviors can be taught, but the trait theory holds that leadership is innate rather than learned. Behavioral theory provides two explanations according to Ohio State studies. The first one is in the initiating structure, which is in the extent to which a leader is likely to define and structure his or her role and those of subordinates in the search of goal attainment. While for consideration, the extent to which a leader is likely to have job relationship characterized by mutual trust, respect for subordinates' ideas, and regard for their feelings. Let us now examine the two types of leaders identified by the University of Michigan studies. The first type of leader is the employee-oriented leader. It emphasizes interpersonal relations, taking personal interest in the needs of employees and accepting individual differences among members. The second type of leader is the production-oriented leader. It is the one who emphasizes technical or task aspects of the job. Hersey's and Blanchard's leadership theory is another one, which consists of 4 leadership types. Telling: the leader defines the roles needed to do the job and tells followers what, where, how, and when to do the task. Selling: the leader provides followers with supportive instructions but is also supportive. Participating: the leaders and followers share in the decisions about how best to complete a high-quality job. And lastly, delegating: the leader provides little specific, close direction or personal supports to the followers. Here is the process on how participative leaders operate. First, facilitate the conversation. Second, openly share information and knowledge. Third, encourage people to share their ideas. Fourth, synthesize all the available information. Fifth, take the best possible decision. And sixth, communicate their decision back to the group. And the cycle goes on and on. We have finally reached this part of our discussion. So, what is a leadership development plan? A leadership development plan is a detailed plan that helps you set your career towards advanced leadership roles and senior management positions. It is an invaluable tool to strategically guide you throughout your career growth and professional development. Now, let us find out how to design and create a leadership development plan and why is it important. Designing a personal leadership development plan is an important strategy for directing your progress if you want to improve your leadership potential. This sort of strategy can help you improve in your present role while you're also preparing to take an increased leadership duties in a new role. Here is a quick overview of how to assess your leadership abilities, construct a specific strategy, designing planning, and incorporate leadership development into your daily tasks and duties. With a leadership development plan, you will achieve the following: greater overall career satisfaction, more interesting opportunities and challenges, and more impactful career. Before the plan, conducting a self-assessment. The American Management Association recommended that you construct a list of the 10 to 15 traits of a successful leader before developing and designing your own leadership development plan. Making a list of leadership attributes will assist you in assessing your own abilities. Some of the traits on the list may require both professional and personal development. Thus, they should be included in your development plan. Other traits may be core strengths worth addressing in your strategy but will be a low priority for the future growth. Elements of a personal leadership development plan. It is time to design your personal leadership development plan once you have thought about your long-term leadership goals and the leadership skills you would like to enhance. The first one is core skills to master. Leaders have a variety of work tasks that are unique to their positions as a supervisor. Meetings may be conducted, comments given, material shared in front of people, and personnel choices made. Second, experience gaps to close. A leader should anticipate taking on a range of strategic tasks in addition to tactical capabilities. This might include initiating a new project, resolving a problem with an existing project, managing larger and more mission-critical projects, and managing in a crisis. As with skill development, it is critical to identify these essential activities that correspond with your goal and design a plan to earn the necessary experience. Third, new relationships to build. As a leader, you deal with a wide range of stakeholders daily. As you establish a leadership development strategy, identify the stakeholders with whom you want to create a deeper, mutually beneficial connection and reach out to begin with the dialogue. Fourth, specific tasks to delegate. Effective leaders find the balance between day-to-day obligations and long-term goals. They concentrate on the task that is most closely related to their specialty and delegate everything else to the other within the firm, ensuring that projects are not delayed and staff remain motivated. Fifth, key action items to complete. As previously stated, the contents of designing a leadership development plan should contain both strengths and possible areas for improvement. Meeting with a mentor or manager, reading a leadership book, taking a leadership assessment, or locating training or educational possibilities are all examples of action items. Sixth and the last element of personal leadership development plan is critical indicators of success. Leaders are evaluated not just on their personal accomplishment, but also on the accomplishment of their teams. Your personal leadership development plan should contain the essential success indicators for leaders and their teams. Beyond the plan, building leadership development into your role. Leadership plan should be updated on a regular basis. You should go through it on a frequent basis to verify that you are addressing the areas of improvement that you highlighted for yourself and you are fulfilling the timetables established for taking on additional tasks, developing new abilities, and so on. However, there are a few tasks you can incorporate into your daily routine to help you grow as a leader. Seek feedback. Discuss with your team and colleagues how well you are developing as a leader and where you can continue to improve. It is also critical to solicit opinions from groups with which you do not regularly connect, whether they are from different departments within your business or third-party partners. Take time to reflect. Leaders must balance a huge deal of responsibilities. Spend 15 minutes each morning assessing the most critical tasks for the day, and 15 minutes each evening reflecting on what went well and what might have been better. Consider keeping a record of your ideas, concentrating on the lessons or insights you have received from your experience. Find a mentor. Mentors are essential for personal leadership development, whether as a source of guidance or a connection to networking possibilities. It is critical to select a mentor who will be accessible for frequent meetings and would give you honest feedback. Someone who constantly tells you what you want to hear may unwillingly hinder your progress. Your mentor might be a supervisor at your current or prior profession, a lecturer, or a respective individual in your personal life. Sign up for training. Continued education is an excellent way to develop leadership qualities. A bachelor's degree, in addition to books, networking events, and leadership retreats, may help you refine a wide range of abilities, including psychology, writing, negotiation, finance, ethical decision-making, reasoning, and organizational behavior. Here are my references and resources for this lesson. And here are some recommended articles for you to read. Thank you for listening.